I'm Gabriel Morency for Sports Interaction. There's a ton of stuff going on, so let's get right down to business. Let's start in the National Football League. As Al Davis may be gone, but the Raiders' penchant for the extreme is not. There's a fine line between sheer genius and absolute insanity. I guess we're going to find out at the end of the year whether the Oakland Raiders were absolutely insane for mortgaging next year's draft and future draft to bring in Carson Palmer. Now, the fact of the matter is Carson Palmer didn't look very good with the Cincinnati Bengals for the past couple of years, but it wasn't his functional situation at the time. Clearly, they feel as if though Palmer's a better option, even though the dude hasn't thrown a football in over a year's time. Walking in off the street, a better option than Kyle Bowler. As Al Saunders was quoted this week as saying, Palmer's going to start as long as he's breathing. So basically, it's the equivalent of losing an election to a dead man. Now, the Oakland Raiders probably start Carson Palmer. They get the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I don't like Todd Haley at all. I don't think his players like him very much. The dude has the personality of Rick Santorum. But the fact of the matter is, road teams absolutely dominate in this series. They always have and seemingly always will. The Raiders actually won last year in Kansas City, but road teams are on a 14-1-1 run in this series. Now, either way, you have a rusty and raw Carson Palmer learning the playbook, handing the football off on every play. And I think this is what this game comes down to. Can the Kansas City Chiefs stop the Oakland Raiders' ground attack? And it's a damn good one because either way, Palmer isn't going to be throwing the football down the field after every snap. And we sure as hell know Kyle Bowler is incapable of throwing the football down. That's not true. Kyle Bowler can throw the football down the field. The problem is he often throws it to dudes on the other team. What's the deal with the Green Bay Packers anyways? Yeah, I know the Green Bay Packers are the greatest team in the history of football, and every team that wins the Super Bowl, the following year, they're always the greatest team in the history of football until they lose. Then suddenly, they got problems, and there's problems in the locker room. There's no problems in the Green Bay Packer locker room, and yeah, they're a spectacular football team, and they're clicking on all cylinders right now. And you know what? I think they could actually even be playing better offensively, as scary as that sounds. But what's up with their schedule? And I know the Vikings are a division rival and all that. You can't avoid it. But fact of the matter is the Alabama Crimson Tide's SEC schedule seems to be tougher than the Green Bay Packers. These guys won the Super Bowl, playing the Denver Broncos, playing the St. Louis Rams. Now they get Christian Ponder and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, I'll be taking a dog with the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's crazy because I like the Raiders, but I think they're being overpriced in this spot. I don't think the Green Bay Packers are being overpriced in this spot. The Minnesota Vikings are brutal. They're terrible. And the Green Bay Packers are going to knock the crap out of them. Now, speaking of brutal and terrible, the Miami Dolphins are all of the above. Although it's nice to see that the Miami Dolphins actually sold this football game out. It's nice to see Dolphin fans hanging tough with their football team. The most loyal fans in the national football. Wrong. I'm amazed that this game is actually sold out. Because, look, the Miami Heat couldn't sell out their NBA final games with the supposed dream team against the Dallas Mavericks. The only thing that's ever sold out before in Miami are the people that live there. So this is actually a shocking development. But it's Tebow time. Denver Bronco fans wanted Tim Tebow. Hell, they got their jersey, so now they want to see whether the guy can play or not. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but I do believe it's going to be effective. Tim Tebow against Matt Moore, I'd rather have the double T man on my side. The reason this game is sold out, the Miami Dolphins had a bunch of sponsors buy a bunch of tickets to this game because they want to please their clients because Tim Tebow is coming back to Florida. This game's going to seem like a home game for the Denver Broncos, and as I stated, it ain't going to be pretty, and I'm starting to think that Sperano actually wants to lose every game anyways. And I can't believe that the Dolphins are playing as poorly as they are with the ownership group that they have. I mean, when I heard that Jennifer Lopez is one of the co-owners of the Miami Dolphins with all of her football history, I really thought that they were going to turn it around. Wrong. Now, one of the beautiful things about college football is every week is a playoff. Everyone's going to bitch and moan about why there's, no BCS playoff after the fact, and at least there should be a championship game after the BCS championship game. You want a playoff? You watch the games on a weekly basis. There's your playoff. We're going to have Oklahoma and Oklahoma State playing in a couple of weeks' time, and Auburn throws it down this weekend. And Auburn no longer in contention for a national championship. That's why they're throwing a raw rookie quarterback out there. But this is the final tune-up before they get a bye week, before it's the latest game of the century. But we have some mini playoffs going on here. Alabama will take care of business against Tennessee. LSU will take care of business, even with their suspended players, against Auburn, although the number seems a little bit high. And then in a couple of weeks' time, they throw it down. There's your playoff games. Now, as far as the College Football Board is concerned, this week, I like Texas Tech and Oklahoma to go over the number. And, Texas Tech can't stop anybody. I don't think Texas Tech can stop like a high school football team at this point in time. But they can score. Oklahoma's going to rack up 50+. And why not bet the over-under in an OU game? Look at their helmets. Doesn't it look like over-under? All right, let's wrap it up in a Lone Star State. If you're the St. Louis Cardinals, or you're somebody that put money on the St. Louis Cardinals to win this series, you got to be a little bit concerned right now. Texas going back home. Now, Texas didn't deal with the cold weather very well. They're banged up. Hamilton's not playing up to his capabilities because he's injured. But now they go back home. The weather's going to be warmer, and the Texas Rangers, these guys bat for like a 20% point average higher at home. There's a huge dichotomy, as the Cappers like to say, from a road and away. Carpenter's only going on Monday. Yeah, this is Texas's World Series to lose. I thought that Texas is going to win the World Series before it started, and I still believe that the Texas Rangers are going to win the World Series. Does it get back to St. Louis? This is. You know what? I don't think so. I think the Texas Rangers get it done over the weekend at home. And if they don't, we'll load up because the Rangers are going to be winning the World Series. The Cardinals are behind the 8 ball right now. Let's wrap it up with some pucks. Now, I haven't bet a lot of hockey this year. I've dabbled a little bit, but one of the trends that I have noticed as far as the Grand Salamis are concerned, every Saturday so far this year, and I guess we're wrapping up the first month of National Hockey League play coming up here, but the 3 Saturdays, all the Grand Salamis have gone over the number. And there's something to be said for the Hockey Night in Canada games. Players get jacked up on Saturday nights much more than they do on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, so to speak. Saturday night Grand Salami, sign me up. I'm Gabriel Morency for Sports Interaction. May the winners be yours.